Dear friends, hope you're all fine. Welcome to this webinar. And here we have our participants. Say hi to everybody.
Hi. Hi.
Okay. Today I am going to present a webinar on how to start a clothing business. Hope today you will have a very informative session. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen. Please wait. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. So let us start. How to start up a clothing business. Okay. Even in unfamiliar times, your dream and goal of starting a clothing line is worth pursuing. Does it surprise you to hear that?
Yes.
yes,
Okay, listen, I get it. This industry is changing and that is scary. And started running and growing a clothing line is not easy. It requires time, money, and lot of dedication and determination. But here is the thing. There is no secret to fashion business success. And that's because there is no one way to do it. With the right mindset, tools, support, and guidance, you have everything you need to know just launching a clothing line. But grow it into anything and everything you want it to be. Whether there is an international powerhouse or a smaller scale operation, you have to get intentional about what you want to do. Commit to dedicating your focus and energy on specific goals. Be open to learning what you don't know and be willing to implement what you have learned. Will you do that?
Yes.
Okay.
yes,
Awesome. Then here is what I'm going to do. I am going to break down each of the area of business that you need to focus on in order to take a giant step forward. I will list out what you need to focus on, what you should consider getting to make your life easier, what to learn and what you don't yet know, and any other bit of information I can think of to give you the direction. So this is the step one. Make your first decision. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes,
So before you do anything else, you have to ask yourself a question. The answer to the question is the foundation for everything that you are going to do in your business. It's going to inform the kind of business you build, the type of customer you serve, the brand you create, the team you assemble, the collaborations and projects you accept, and so much more. Okay, are you ready? Hello? Is it audible?
hello,
Is it audible?
Yes.
yes,
Okay. So answer this question. What kind of life do I want to live?
Extraordinary.
financially good.
Okay. Anticlimactic it shouldn't be. This question seems subtle, but I promise you it is not. Your response to this question is the most important piece of the successful fashion business puzzle and therefore deserves time, thought, and attention. Don't just jot down a few things and call it a day. Get detailed. Am I saying that your life will look exactly like this and be perfect? Of course not. What I am saying is that you will never build a truly successful business if you are living a life that doesn't make you happy. Start with the life you want and then build your business around that. Don't try to cram a life into the business you think you are supposed to build. Okay, that's for step one. Make your first decision. Then we will move to step two. Improve your mindset. I am going to admit I am going to admit to you that I used to think that the need for a strong mindset was some woo-woo. Silly advice tossed about work was ultimately meaningless. I was wrong. I am impressed by that because nothing has had more impact on my ability to grow my business than changing my mindset to believe in myself. Two areas where I shifted my mindset and saw the most impact in my business, that are patience and confidence. Having the patience to understand that things can and will take time, and have the confidence to believe that I am completely capable and deserving of all that I want to accomplish, has made it possible to set goals, do the work, and find the success. Okay, that's about the step 2. Then next is step 3, create your fashion business plan. There are two kinds of business plan. One is really involved, ask for financial projections, in-depth research, and a decent amount of time. This is used if you have decided that you want investors. To be honest, getting investors for a fashion business that has no tech component is not an easy thing to do. This involves the who, what, how, and why, that you need to create a mission and a plan for taking action. It is always useful to write and implement a business plan at the start of your venture. This plan acts as a roadmap outlining how you will reach your goals over the next couple of years. But also note that your business plan is not necessarily set in stone. The market is seeing new influences every day, and there are always new technologies and new ways for customers to find products. I don't think anyone know where it will settle or if it will ever stabilize. All in all, I think the best strategy for a startup is to stay nimble and adaptable. The constant turnover in the fashion industry can be both a blessing and a curse, and keeping with the market might mean tweaking your original plan. But having the strong foundation of a business plan can make navigating those changes feel a lot less overwhelming. So that's about the step 3. Uh, then next we are going to step 4. Excuse me. Step 4, find your people and support system. There is nothing more powerful than connecting with a community that gets what you're going through, because they are going through it too. Asking questions, getting feedback, and having the support system in place to help you deal with the ups and downs, good and bad, is one of the best things you can do for yourself. If you are in this business, ownership came for the long haul. Once you have hit upon your business idea, now you need to truly understand the customer you are designing for. Your designs, fabric choice, sourcing, and production budget, and retail outlets all have to cater to your target demographics, spending behavior, lifestyle, and aesthetic preference. So don't get started of any of the above before diving deep into understanding your base. Part of the research should involve competitor research, studying the companies whose product marketing and branding strategies you admire and whose target demographics you share. The first step is really to just absorb the information. You need to learn everything that your would be competitors already know. Part of that time should be spent something studying how they are engaging with their customers. What's the value they are offering their customers? It is usually It is usually something much deeper than the garments themselves. Luckily, this research doesn't necessarily need to involve special skills or resources. If you have an internet connection and social media profiles, you can garner valuable information about your customers and how to design toward market your product to them. In addition to their aesthetic preferences and lifestyle, you will able to understand how and where your audience spends on clothing too. That way, you can plan whether to open a brick and mortar store, sell on an e-commerce platform, or both. Even if that physical location is a 2 or 3 year goal, incorporate plans for its launch in your initial business plan. So that's about the step 4. Then now we are going to look into step 5, register your business. I think a lot of designers are guilty of deciding to be in business and then stopping there. The act of registering your fashion business is a good idea early on in the process for a few reasons. First, it gives you confidence and makes you feel more legit, and that's important. Remember in step 2 when I discussed mindset. Second, it's a good idea because once you are in a business entity, you are better able to order wholesale from suppliers and attend professional business even like trade shows. To this end, there are a handful of tasks you will want to accomplish. So first one is choose a business entity type. First, you will want to select your business entity type, sole proprietorship, partnership, corporate, etc. There are pros and cons to every type, so you will want to think about which best suits your plans and goals. If you are planning on starting small, you might opt for a sole proprietorship and then create corporation at a later time. The next one is register your business. Depending on the entity type you choose, you may have to officially register your business with the state where you will be operating with your chosen business name. And next one is the get business license and permits. At the very least, you will likely need a general business operating license to officially start your clothing line business. If you are going to be operating from your home and starting your clothing line online, you may need specific permits like a sale tax license and home occupation permit as well. You want to consult your state and local governing agency to ensure that you have all the proper license and permits. Excuse me. Again, next one is get an employer identification number. Part of starting a clothing line or any business for that matter is registering for and paying business tax. Therefore, you will want to apply for GST. Although GST number is not required for all business, getting one can help you file your tax, apply for a business bank account, as well as access business financing. So that's about step 5. Now we are moving to step 6. Design and source the clothes for your line. After you have gone through all of the steps necessary to make your business official, it is time to get into the meat of learning how to start a clothing line, designing your clothing and sourcing your material. This can be the most challenging part of the process for many entrepreneurs starting a clothing line, especially those who have not worked in the fashion industry before. So, first, finding the right materials. You might have a clear idea of what kind of materials you want to create your products with, or you might need to do some exploring first. And then, of course, there is the cost question. A major challenge every designer will face is reconciling the cost and the quality of your materials. This decision will be highly individual to every designer's budget and values. Compromising on quality just does not work. Cost cutting is an important part of any business model, but we don't ever work with inferior manufacturers of materials. If we can find something better, that's what we have to use. Depending on your particular goals and mission for your clothing line, you might also find that it is worth sacrificing your target price point in favor of lasting quality materials. When you are first rolling out your line, you especially want your product to impress your consumer as the best quality product possible. So that's about the step 6. The next one is step 7. Figure out the money part. While I do believe that there is no need for lakhs or crores to launch a fashion business, you do need some money. There is no way around that. You are launching a physical product that requires money to bring it to life. You have few options, including borrow from friends and family, use your own savings, raise the money with pre-orders or crowdfunding, take out a small business loan. Just for your information, if you go with a small business loan, you will need to start creating those financial projections and a debt business plan. What need to happen with the money is to understand how much you are going to need to do what you want to do. And will you be starting that as full collection, a signature piece, a small 5-piece collection? What are you hoping to launch with? What will you need to spend on fabric and manufacturing? Keep in mind that you will also need to put some money into the website, logo, and other visual branding elements. So be sure to pad your numbers to take into this account. Don't make the mistake of spending all the money you have on creating the product and then say, I have no money for marketing. It doesn't work that way. Now decide how you are going to get this money. Are you going to create a plan and a calendar with goals and targets for saving what you need? Or are you going to crowdfund what you need with the pre-orders? So that's about step 7. We will go to step 8. Create your sales plan. A sales plan may sound more complicated than it is. When it comes to sales and distribution, a common mistake is to feel the need to sit and create an overly detailed and overwhelming plan. Instead, a better use of your time is to take all the craziness in your head, all the should I, how do I, what about questions you have, and put them on paper. The brand that is later focused on a basic plan for what they will sell is the brand that will succeed in their business. Sales channels and distribution channels are different. You can decide on one sales channel with the 3 different distribution channels or something else entirely. Here is a quick breakdown. Your possible sales channels consider are wholesale, direct to consumer, D2C, third party. Your possible distribution channels to consider is under wholesale comes showrooms, selling to stores yourself, trunk shows. Then you also decide between boutiques and department stores. Under D2C, it will come your website, pop-up shops, in-home shows, markets, and fairs catalogs. Then under third party dropship on another website. Clearly, there are a lot of options, and it can certainly feel overwhelming to figure out which ones are right for you. There is no right answer to this question. You can work through the process to come up with what feels good to you. Look at your margins, access your brand values, and come up with how you would like to start. And remember, you can will adjust your sales and distribution channel as your brand grows and evolves. So, spending too much time create a plan that is overly detailed and way too thoroughly researched will just work against you in the long run. So that's about step 8. Now we are going to step 9. Create your fashion brand. The big thing to remember about a brand is that it is a feeling, an association, a point of view, and a personality. A logo, color scheme, and fonts are important, but you can't start there. These are the things you create after you have figured out the personality of your brand. Because how do you know what your visual branding is when you don't know what you are trying to communicate about your brand? You can't do it, at least not effectively. So, what should you spend time when it comes to building your brand? So, brand personality. What characteristics make up the personality of a brand? Just like the people, we need to think of brands as having a tone, a voice, a vibe, and a point of view. And we need to be consistent. It is this personality that will help you connect with your customers. They will recognize themselves in the brand and feel attracted to the personality. And those who don't feel attracted to your brand's personality are not your customers. See how that works? A strong brand personality is how you zero in your market and weed out those who are not part of it. Then brand visuals. Once you have determined the personality of your brand, then you are ready to jump into the fun stuff. Colors and fonts and photo shoots and model selection and website design and promotional graphics. These are all the things you have to spend time on once you know the personality that you are trying to communicate. But if you do these too soon, then you are often left feeling like you missed something, like these things are not really communicating what you are trying to say. And most likely you have wasted time and money. So that's about step 9. Now we are going to step 10. Create your customer profile. If you don't know who you are trying to attract, how will you able to attract them? Right? It is incredibly important to get it know who your ideal customer is so that you can serve them for the best way that you know how. Here is what that means. What do they care about? What do they value? How do they spend their time? What problem do they need solved? You need to start collecting as much information about them as possible in as much detail as possible so that you cannot not only provide them a product they want or need, but also that you can speak their language and create a real relationship with them in the process so that you can truly serve them. To do this, spend time on the social media profiles on your competitors and aligned brands. Who is following them? What are those people all about? Take a notes on the details of these people. Then develop a character who is your ideal customer and use this character whenever you are developing any copy or any assets that will be experienced along the customer journey. Just remember this, it does not have to be perfect. There is a lot of guessing and assuming happening on this beginning, and that's okay. Excuse me. And that's okay. As your brand develops and your business grows, you adjust and refine your customer profile. So that's about the step 10. The next is step 11. Plan your website. Excuse me. When it comes to your fashion business website, you can go a few different routes. Do it yourself, hire someone to do it for you, a mix of the two. Usually, the decision on this is based on budget. Here are some things to consider when planning the creation of your website. Do you have the technical savvy to build it? This doesn't mean that you have to know how to build something from scratch, but you need to have enough technical sense to navigate the backend of Squarespace or Shopify or WordPress. Is this super intimidating to you? You may want to consider hiring someone for the technical stuff. Do you have some graphic design skills? Design your website needs to look good. There is no way around that. There are far too many brands out there for customers to buy from for you to get by on an ugly site. If you're not confident in your ability to design a nice website like logo, fonts, color, graphics, etc., then you need to hire someone. Use a template to keep cost down. Okay, that's about the step 12. And we are coming into step 13. Create your market plus PR plan. No, sorry. We are coming to step 12. Plan your pre-launch marketing plus launch your business. Too many brands I see launch by simply making this website live. The problem with this is the complete lack of build up and community creation that is needed in order to make a launch successful. Your goal is to start building bus months, ideally 6 months prior to launching. That means you want to be collecting email address, sending emails to your list consistently, and posting regularly on social media as soon as you have decided to launch a product. Build a community, get them excited about what you're doing, show them that you get them and are making a product that is perfect for their needs. Talk to them, build trust, and make a connection. Then launch, not before. So that means you need to create an email marketing plan, sign up for an email marketing platform, set up a landing page on your website, start a blog documenting your process that you communicate will like. Then set up your social media handles and create a content plan. Possibly run some pre-launch Facebook ads to get people on your list. Host or attend events in your local community. Once you have your product ready, your brand personality created, your website underway, and your pre-launch marketing happening, you will be feeling ready to launch. See how it is less about the actual launch and way about the pre-launch marketing. Once you launch, there will be ongoing marketing efforts. But unless you do the pre-launch work, you won't make the sales during your launch. That you need to fund that ongoing marketing. The next is step 13, create your marketing plus PR plan. Once you have launched your fashion business, you are done. Sit back and collecting that cash. It's all uphill from here. Huh? Just kidding. Welcome to the world of marketing and public relations. You built the buzz pre-launch, so now it's your job to keep it up and in fact grow it. Here is the thing about marketing. You have to be willing to try things even if they had the kind of scare you. When you are working with a limiting budget, like so many new designers are put aside, the fear of looking stupid is going to make a huge difference for you. Create a basic plan that includes what kind of marketing you will do and what budget you need to do them. Will you? Continue with email marketing, run Facebook and Instagram ads, use Pinterest, use Instagram, participate in events, host your own events, get help with SEO, expand your blog, then host giveaways and contests, try quiz marketing, pitch magazines, blogs, and other media outlets. Enroll in courses to learn what you don't know. So, this step 14, get your business operations figured out. Okay, now that you have launched and are running your business, one of your biggest challenges facing like you have no time to do everything you want to do. And for a while, it will probably be just you. But you will get to the point of being ready for help, whether that's hiring a person or playing for tools that streamline your operations. The sooner you are able to do this, the better off you will be. So think about the following area of operations and decide what and how you will delegate. Social media posting, customer service, administrative help, then design or studio help, project management, legal help, contracts, accounting help, etc. Some of all these will wind up as part of your marketing plan. The trick is not to try to do too much, too fast and get overwhelmed. Instead, create your plan with phrases in mind and then be flexible as you see what works and what doesn't. Then there you have it, your step-by-step guide for how to start a clothing line or any fashion product line for that matter. Thanks for being attentive in my session. So now we will move to Q&A session. So any questions you have, you can post in the chat box or you can speak. I will try to clear it my level best. So any questions?
I'm Nandini. How much does it cost to start a clothing line?
Okay. Nandini is asking that how much does it cost to start a clothing line? So startup cost can vary greatly across different clothing lines, but in general, a small sized clothing line will need a minimum of 35,000 to get started. A medium sized line should have become 70,000 to 3,50,000 for startup cost, and a large line will need approximately 50 lakhs to 30 lakhs upfront. Before you start planning your clothing line, you will want to estimate and anticipate startup cost like manufacturing cost, product sourcing and material cost, designing and delivery cost, website and marketing cost, which may include product photography, distribution cost, etc. So is it clear, Nandini?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
I am Shweta. How much do clothing line make a year?
So Shweta is asking like how much do clothing lines make a year? So I can say like the national average earnings for clothing line owner is approximately 35 lakhs per year. Clothing line profits can average between 16 lakhs and 98 lakhs depending on your location. Line specifies then expenses, marketing efforts and company size. It is based upon that. So is it clear? Shweta, is it clear?
Okay.
Okay. So, any other questions?
Hi, I am Ramya. Do you need to trademark your clothing line?
Okay, she's asking that do you need to trademark a clothing line? So, of course, although you do not have to legally trademark your clothing line, it is highly recommended. Trademarketing your brand can protect your creative work and products. Okay, so
Okay.
is it clear?
Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
How do you source material for a clothing line?
You can choose to source your clothing line materials online through e-commerce fabric suppliers or in person from a brick and mortar retailer, while online stores might offer much affordable prices or bulk discounts. Visiting a store in person will allow you to see, feel, and fully experience the fabric before you commit. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, any more questions? Any more questions?
No.
No.
Okay,
No.
so shall we wind up our session? Shall we wind up our session?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
my intention with this webinar was to encourage the people who are interested to go for a startup in clothing line and answer the question related to this topic. They're like, how do I launch my fashion business? I hope I was able to give you solid outline. I got started. And if you want to go for more in depth, this remember this is what you need to join us in the Fashion Quintet community, and I will show you how to do it. So that's 1 minute. I will show you. So Quintet community is my community where you can join. I will invite you, so you can join in that. Okay, okay. It is enough for now. Are you all informative now? Are you okay in this webinar?
Okay.
So that's all for now.
Okay.
I am signing out from this webinar. I hope you will all join in my community. Okay. Lots of love, Surya Kala.